Lindbergh, trailblazer of the skies, winged emissary of a new and thrilling age of discovery. Over the historic trails of Columbus, of conquistador, of clipper ships of another age, he was the first to brave uncharted skies. Pioneers of a new generation follow the trails blazed by him, that America's commerce may once again be first upon the trade routes of the world. Today, over a network of 40,000 miles, Pan American Airways, largest of the world's great airways systems, with a fleet of 150 clipper ships, speeds men, mail, and merchandise to 40 different countries, a thrilling monument to the United States Airmail Service. Across the vast Pacific in 60 flying hours to the Orient, halfway around the world. For just as the Pacific disappears on the right, South America appears on the left, and the routes of the flying clipper ships speed southward to Mexico, Central America, and across the Caribbean to circle the vast southern continent. Starting our aerial cruise over the famous Lindbergh Trail, our first voyage takes us to Havana. Once days away, aboard one of the giant clipper ships, this gayest of Caribbean capitals is now but 130 minutes from Miami. Eastern International Gateway between the Americas, this port of the clipper ships is the transfer point for the airliners from the north that speed thousands of passengers, tons of mail, and air express for the clippers to wing southward to another continent. From the Atlantic seaboard, the Middle West, the coast, Canada, even Europe and the Orient, they pour by the thousands through Pan American Airways' great terminal to take the high road to Rio, Panama, and far-off Buenos Aires. On their way to points all over the globe, more than 200,000 sky travelers have passed through here. Businessmen who find the aerial trade routes swiftest. Pleasure travelers in search of all the color and romance of faraway places. All come to travel in the swift, sure comfort of the giant flying clipper ships. Larger than the ship in which Columbus first crossed the Atlantic, these aerial giants are great 21-ton airliners. Manned by veteran crews of 5 flying officers, they operate with meticulous precision and have a record for dependability unsurpassed by any form of transportation. Across the shimmering waters of Biscayne Bay, the great engines, more powerful than a locomotive, lift us easily into the air. In a moment, we glance down to see the terminal base passing below. It's hard to believe we're aboard an airliner, so large and roomy are the cabins, so smooth and quiet its flight. All too soon, the shimmering blue of the Gulf Stream merges into the outline of Cuba's coast, and we're over Havana. A city close to the States, yet one which has an entirely different atmosphere. It is cosmopolitan, European, Spanish, but above all, it is delightful. It is now far removed from the days of pillaging and fighting along the Spanish Main, when Havana was a center of attacks from freebooters and pirates. This fortress, which overlooks the waterfront, was built in 1774 and cost the unbelievable sum of $14 million. The King of Spain, when told of the amount, looked westward across the Atlantic, as he remarked that anything that cost that amount of money should be visible from any part of the world. Facing the waterfront is a beautiful domed palace of the president with a palm-lined walk running down to the ocean. Today, sections of the old wall, which at one time surrounded the entire city, still stand. The Capitol is among the most beautiful and expensive buildings of the world. Its great dome dominates the city. The Prado, where everyone promenades, runs from the sea to the main park, which is surrounded by interesting buildings. even this cigar store maintains the Spanish atmosphere, with colorful tiles depicting the life of Don Quixote. This great old cathedral and the surrounding buildings are among the original Spanish landmarks of Havana. True to Spanish architectural traditions, many buildings are built around a patio, such as the City Hall, with its statue of Columbus. Outside the city of Havana, we find rural Cuba most interesting and attractive. At Matanzas, a valley fringed with royal palms stretches down to the sea, and along the shores, the coconut palms shade beaches where the warm waters of the Caribbean beat softly upon the coral sands. At the little village of San Diego de los Baños, the terraced homes could be a hillside in the Pyrenees. Cuba is really a land of everlasting summer, and its extensive beaches are crowded the year round. Of course, if one chooses, he may escape from the bright sun and sip iced drinks in the cool Spanish-arched patios. Cuba is always pleasure-loving, but at night, life centers about Havana, where beautiful women and handsome men gather, or meet beneath the stars at... The second flying step down the Lindbergh Trail spans all the West Indies in a single day. Crossing Cuba, the clipper ships speed on over Haiti, Santo Domingo, and Puerto Rico, thence along the tropical isles of the Caribbean to Port of Spain, Trinidad. Flying over oceans to new lands is a new thrill. As our Skyliner speeds across the blue Caribbean, we pass over Cape Haitian at the tip of the fascinating island of Haiti. It was here that Christophe, the Black Emperor, made famous in the stories of Emperor Jones and Black Majesty, built his mighty citadel atop a 3,000-foot mountain peak. By means of manpower, such as must have been employed in the building of the pyramids of Egypt, the huge blocks of stone and galleries of cannons were dragged up the almost inaccessibly steep sides of the mountain. Many are the stories of this brutal achievement. One that a group of men almost at the point of exhaustion while trying to pull up one of the heavy cannons complained they could not do it alone and pleaded for more men to help them. Christophe ordered every 10th man shot as a warning. The ones remaining then, struggling to preserve their own lives, did the job alone. Across the island, at the end of a long bay of deep blue water, we come to the city of Port-au-Prince, capital of Haiti. Along the waterfront, the fishing fleet anchors, and the fishermen barter their goods to the people from the mountains for staple products, which their life at sea prevents them from raising. In some of the picturesque villages around Port-au-Prince, the little thatched-roofed houses are very attractive and the people most friendly. Even the women enjoy smoking pipes here. In the center of the city, the marketplace is a scene of constant activity. From very early morning till nightfall, all manner of goods are traded, from old shoes to firewood. Many of these natives travel for as much as 2 days on foot, carrying great packs of produce on their heads to to the marketplace. The more affluent ones use these little burros for transporting their wares. And if there's room, they climb aboard too. Not far away, the imposing cathedral overlooks the restlessness of the market. While nearby, in a large square in the center of the town, is the beautiful White Palace of the President. Great bowers of brilliant bougainvillea add their note to this pictorial canvas, already charged with the color of Haiti. Boarding our flying clipper ship again, the motors roar, the checkered flag signals all is clear ahead, and off we go to add more thrilling experiences to our trip in the other islands of the Caribbean. Puerto Rico, meaning rich port, is the largest American possession in the Caribbean. San Juan's central square is dedicated to Columbus, who discovered Puerto Rico. The Spanish Club Fountain of Lions is a copy of the one in the Alhambra in Spain. And in the seclusion of this patio, we find this inviting swimming pool. The original White House of Ponce de Leon, who discovered Florida in his search for a fountain of youth, stands above the heavy stone walls of the original fortifications of Puerto Rico. El Morro, the impregnable, never in its colorful history successfully attacked from the sea, still jets out into the blue Caribbean, a monument to Spain's one-time mighty hold on the New World. From a sentry box in the walls where Spain kept a constant watch on pirates and enemies, a sentinel mysteriously disappeared one night. And with the setting of the sun, the wash of waves, and cool night breezes, it is filled with ghostly whisperings and is called the Haunted Sentry Box. Blue oceans and cocoa palms are symbols of all the fascinating tropical isles of the Caribbean. Fort-de-France, the chief city of French Martinique, was the birthplace of Josephine, who through her marriage to Napoleon became Empress of France. In 1902, a tragedy stunned the world. Mount Pelee, quiescent now, erupted, not as a flow of lava, but as a huge cloud of intensely hot cinders and ashes. This cloud rolled down the mountain over the 30,000 inhabitants of the city of Saint-Pierre. In 4 minutes, there was not a soul left alive in the city except one man, a convict in this cell. The walls were so thick and the openings so small that he alone survived. Wings speed us again across the lovely isles of the blue Caribbean, basking in the mild sunshine of the tropics. And we're in Trinidad with its blue waters and palm-fringed shores. Cocoa or chocolate is raised here in abundance. The beans are found inside these fruits, which grow on the main branches of the trees. Outside of the cities, the little thatched roof homes are extremely picturesque. To keep the houses cool, the native people do their cooking outside in mud ovens. This girl is drying cocoa beans in the sun. There are many Hindus in Trinidad, and their mosques or temples add a bizarre note to the Caribbean architecture. In the courtyard of one of the mosques, to the rhythm of native music, a ceremonial dance is in progress. No women can take part in these dances, so their parts are taken by men, adorned in costumes of dancing women. All Hindu dances are ritualistic and are based on some old legend. Thus, in a little chain of islands, east meets west. We have found bits of Spain, France, Britain, and a black republic. Truly an exotic combination of life and interest in this romantic adventure through the Caribbean. From Port of Spain, the clipper ships cruise over the jungle empires of the three Guianas to the equator and Belém Pará in Brazil. Thence up the great Amazon River to Manaus, a transatlantic steamship terminal 1,000 miles from the sea. Soaring swiftly through southern skies, our flying clipper ship speeds us on to the Guianas. We arrive at Georgetown, the capital of Great Britain's only possession in South America. As the pontoons of our ship gently skim over the water, it becomes an exciting realization that at last, in one of the few countries whose innermost regions are not completely explored, and where even the beaten paths remain unexploited. Georgetown itself is a sturdy, clean British city almost on the equator, where natives of India, England, Africa, and the Aborigines of South America congregate and trade on its many streets and marketplaces. Outside the city, palm-fringed canals lead the way to plantations of sugar cane, then through vast rice fields. Native women labor under the hot tropical sun and up to their knees in mud, planting rice. British Guiana is a network of rivers which wind their way through great jungles. In a voyage up one of the great rivers to Kaitour Falls, the unexplored jungle shores are alive with animals which peek at us from the underbrush and trees. We are heading for Kaitour, the most talked of waterfall in the world, and practically inaccessible up to a few years ago. Situated in the heart of a South American jungle, it is now waiting for the tourist explorer who wants to visit the lesser-known parts of the world, to see the more rugged side of nature on this great continent of romantic legend and brave discovery. And here we are, Kaitour Falls. A huge river piercing the heart of the jungle forest is hurled into space to a point nearly 800 feet below. A spectacle which even awes our Indian guides, and a spectacle which no words can adequately describe. As in our own Grand Canyon, everything in this mighty panorama is on such a huge scale that one loses his correct perceptions of size. However, when one realizes that the entire Woolworth or Chrysler buildings could be placed beneath the falls with still room to spare, an idea of its great magnitude may be achieved. Exploring rivers deeper into the center of the jungle, we find a people whose African ancestors escaped or were left by the slave traders of over a century ago as their ships made port in the Guianas. Going into the interior, they now live as their forefathers lived in the African jungles, untouched by the modern world. A harmless, uncivilized race of people, hiding in the dense jungles from the eyes of the outer world. In Netherlands Guiana, Paramaribo is the quaint seaport capital. In Government Square, the atmosphere is most colonial, with the Court of Justice building and Government House, in front of which stands the monument of Queen Wilhelmina of Holland. The Creoles in Paramaribo have their own dress, cato misse, so-called, and any event is good cause for a dance. This day it is for the benefit of their own governor, the man with all the braid. Not an official governor, to be sure, but the most socially prominent man in their own circle, and probably the only man in town with a complete uniform and lots of gold braid. This rumba shimmy Charleston combination is hot stuff in Paramaribo's Harlem. And so we come to the end of a chapter on those little known but tremendously interesting countries, the Guianas. Near the mouth of the mighty Amazon River is the city of Belém, Pará, Brazil. This tropical city lies practically on the equator, yet over the Lindbergh Trail it is but 3 flying days from New York City. Belém is the center of activity for the jungle towns and plantations for hundreds of miles around, so its busy waterfront is always filled with picturesque sailing boats. The cathedral is one of the old landmarks of Pará, as is its opera house, which was built in the prosperous days of the rubber boom. Across the red-tiled rooftops, one could see the edge of the great jungles, which are wild and in many parts unexplored. Due to the fact that there are no railroads or highways in this section of Brazil, this city has a modern harbor, constantly filled with ships from all over the world. By plane, we speed over the dense jungles of the Amazon, 180 miles wide at its mouth. In a few hours, we are flying over Manaus, 1,000 miles up the Amazon, Brazil's great metropolis in the center of the jungle. Manaus was the first city in South America to have a streetcar.